Hi, everyone. I'm Neel. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ZiO Health. We've developed a point-of-care therapeutic drug monitoring device which measures medication concentration levels to improve drug treatment outcomes. So we can test a number of medications, for example, vancomycin. Vancomycin is an antibiotic. It's used to treat sepsis and also given prophylactically for MRSA. The problem with vancomycin is it has a narrow therapeutic range. So if you give too high a dose, it leads to toxicity. And if you give too low a dose, it leads to ineffective drug treatment. So at the moment, vancomycin is monitored in the hospitals already. And the problem with it is only 50% of the doses are within therapeutic range. And the lead time, the reason for that is due to the lead time between sampling and the results being available. So around 30% of the doses are within the toxic range, which leads to nephrotoxicity, which increases the costs per patient for around $36,000 US. So what we've done is develop a handheld device. It's a device which basically you put the blood sample into a cartridge. The cartridge then inserted into the device itself, and the results are displayed on the device screen as well as backend or another user interface. And we show the free form of the drug concentration as well as the total amount of the drug concentration. That's one of the niche advantages to our technology. So when it comes to vancomycin itself, basically, even if we maintain a margin of 95%, we can save around $13,000 per patient in the US for the costs when associated with providers. We free up hospital resources by reducing the number of 30-day readmissions. We also improve patient outcomes by reducing the number of nephrotoxic events. And we also, because of the effective treatment, we also have a higher turnover of beds. So we've spoken to around over 75 individuals in this space. These include clinical pharmacologists, as well as infectious disease nurses and critical care staff. And this has also helped us gain other studies in various hospitals in the UK as well as the US. And basically, because everyone understands the problem with vancomycin dosing, it's given us a lot of access to studies that we want to perform at hospitals. So the market size for precision dosing and therapeutic drug monitoring is valued around $45 billion. We're entering the $2 billion vancomycin market, where one in 4 patients in the US, for example, are on vancomycin. So we're at the stage where we have created the device. We have also successfully completed our clinical performance studies in the US at Johns Hopkins, where we tested the device on around 380 patients. We are now progressing through the FDA pathway in the US. In the UK, we are also running studies at NHS Trust. We have also been granted our patents in the US and UK, and are also filing further patents. We've also been awarded grant funding and SBRI funding for overdose monitoring. So the founders include myself. I'm a medical doctor, as well as completed an MBA previously. Shaolin has a PhD in biosensors, and Yu also has a PhD in biosensors. We've since grown a team. We have further scientists, also electrical, mechanical engineers, and software developers. We have also got a broad list of advisors which help us with business strategy, also medical KOLs, pharmaceutical experts, and business strategy. So the great advantage for our technology is we can create further tests. It takes around 3 months to create a further test. And we have already developed other medication tests, such as chemotherapy medications, other antibiotics. We are also joining an NIH-funded study for antiretrovirals. And we've also, as I mentioned earlier, been awarded a grant for overdose monitoring, so we're testing benzodiazepams. The other area our device can be used is within the pharmaceutical industry. Around 50% of drugs fail during phase 2 of clinical trials because they use a one-size-fits-all approach. And so using our device, they can test more regularly throughout the day, throughout the period that they're testing patients, and gather a stronger evidence package to either personalize the dose to various patient groups or just have that extra data points for when pharmaceutical companies go out to payers to negotiate and have a competitive advantage against other pharmaceutical companies. So that's all. Thank you very much, and I'll be around throughout the day.